We are live. It is Sam and Brent. It is the Martin Fowler Scrum. Brent, how are things going with you?
Yep, as usual. Good, thanks. I've been doing some more MOOC stuff, and I've also been adding additional tables to the charity commission. I found some more weird characters in the import, so I made some changes to the import script as well to get rid of those. So that so far so good. And I may do a bit more of that today, but what I'm hoping to do, actually, after our async call yesterday, I'm motivated to make some progress on the client. So I think I'm going to put some of my ideas into code today and see how that goes.
Good,
so
sure.
But yeah, no blockers. And we had a really good local support meeting with the latest. I noticed he's become a premium member this morning, Nicholas. Yeah, it was fantastic. We both learnt. We worked on the UX problem. You know, where the pins, and we couldn't work out why it wasn't working. But it's because if the volunteer op doesn't have a longitude and latitude, it was still showing up, which was weird. And it shows up because it uses its organization's longitude and latitude. So we had to make some changes that so it didn't show the organizations and not just the VOLOPs, but that's working now. We sort of approached it the wrong way around, though. We sort of got deep into the actual problem itself rather than writing the test first. So we sort of started to write some tests, but then we realized we didn't understand the test was there. So we probably need some of your help when Nicholas and I are on a scrum together, maybe later this week.
Yeah. Well, he's got a pairing session booked with me on Friday, which you're of course more than welcome to tag along on if you happen to be free. But yes, or another meeting on Scrum, what have you.
Yeah, no, let me know about that. And if Nicholas is happy and if he wants to work on that, I'd like to join if it's at a time I can make. Cool.
Yeah, great stuff. Yes, so that's I think 11 a.m. tomorrow.
No, that should be okay. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, excellent. Well, it's fantastic for putting together. I think the concept that you had there of an open pairing session is and planning it in advance. Wonderful stuff. Good show. Yes. Oh, well, so that then brings off to me. So I've spent the morning kind of banging my head against different parts of the website. One, I find myself conflicted about what is the high priority thing to do. We do have Dependabot, which was suggested by Robert Schaefer. He uses it on RunFunk. So we've had all these pull requests like to update our gems, and we've got a lot of gems in the project, and probably not a lot of them. I don't know. Anyway, so I've just I forced myself this morning to just go through a load of them and get a load of them merged in. I mean, I tend to be of the, I don't want to make too many changes at once because I'm worried about, potential, what's the word? Like
conflicts and dependency conflicts. Yeah.
Dependency conflict, and then just unexpected bugs that come from there was a pull request. They sort of test the upgrade independently, of these 3 different gems, but potentially when they all come together in the system, it may lead on to some kind of additional.
And you don't know which change caused it.
And things like that. So, but the problem is that the pull requests, like there's so many of them, we've got so many gems, and there's such frequent changes to them that it means that our pull request board is kind of almost incomprehensible. You can't see all the ones that the humans are submitting. So I've just gone through banging away at them. It's kind of, I'm torn somewhat between trying to address things specifically for users like Robert Schaefer last night. He ran a RunFunk meeting and he got a 500 error on the system, which I suspect is performance related. Although Airbrake doesn't fire. I mean, I think we've got so many systems in place that are supposed to help us with these things, but they don't. And I guess I've kind of come back to, we've just got to try and upgrade as much as, I don't know. The approach I'm going for now is try and upgrade as much as possible and just sort of fight through it, if you know what I mean. Because the softly only tinker with one tiny thing at a time is kind of, it's almost never ending.
Yeah, you sort of want some like hackathons, don't you? Just focusing on something like that.
Yeah. And I think I think the thing that I take comfort from is I think, it can feel like there are lots of important things that need fixing, but we're always getting new information. And the thing that feels like a terrible issue today, actually, you get more information on that the next day and the day after and so on. And actually the way you would address it with that additional information is, is different. And I think I run into this in my life, is it's easy to say, I haven't got time to tidy up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, my office sometimes reflects that. And there's so many important things to do. But if you do that forever, then you end up drowning in your own stuff. So
sometimes taking that time out just to get on top of things is actually, you may lose some immediate time and space, but I think longer term you benefit from it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, in particular, what I've ended up doing this morning, rather than working on any particular feature, is I fixed a couple of the deprecation warnings and stuff from the RSpec log, so that when the RSpecs run, it's actually a bit cleaner to see what's going on. We do the similar thing in local support. Anyway, so that's my little bit of progress this morning. There is a kind of that throws up. There's an outstanding issue of like the behavior that's changing between Rails 4 and Rails 5. I'm kind of thinking we want to upgrade to Rails 5, which I guess I'll work on that tomorrow. So yeah, I'm not blocked, except existentially, shall we say. Then so we were going to have the marketing meeting now, but I think it's Thanksgiving, so we probably in the US, so we won't. We've got the local support meeting coming up later today. Very glad to kind of get some clarity on that bug we were working on yesterday. But yeah, I guess was Thursday local support. Is there anything else on the agenda? I've got the calendar in front of me. Oh, we had that big issue with Google G Suite for nonprofits suddenly going away.
Yeah, that was a shame when that happened, unfortunately.
They just, I think, reapproved, and hopefully it's all sorted out now. I mean, were you logged in with like a Brent at agileventures.org or?
Yeah, so I'd logged in with my Agile Ventures one basically, and the recording is still in my Agile Ventures account, but the getting kicked out happened at about 10 minutes. The Hangout stayed open, so the two nicks were still on there.
Right.
I got kicked out. I then rejoined with my own personal G Suite account, and it was working fine.
Right.
But the recording I found afterwards had sort of ended abruptly at just past 10 minutes. Yeah.
No, I mean, I can see how it all. Yes. Frustrating when that happens. Hopefully we won't have that again. I mean, the frustrating thing last night was suddenly I then did not have access to any of the calendars. And anyway, they reactivate that, and apparently we're now properly enrolled. So fingers crossed that it'll be all right going forwards. Yeah, well, I think that's about the size of it. I'm busy to do the station keeping and things. Yeah, good show. I guess I'll maybe see you at the local support meeting.
Yeah, you definitely will. Yeah.
I guess since we've got a Scrum where there's not so many other people, we could have a quick look at that Markdown thing.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Yeah.
If you've got time, if you need to run off, no problem at all.
No, I'm fine.
But yeah, I mean, I thought that the one that you showed me on the branch, where you'd kind of broken it up into separate images, looked pretty good, actually. I mean, certainly didn't look bad.
Yeah, it was. It just wasn't what I wanted. That was all.
Yeah, right. No,
yeah, and on some, and if you look at some of the earlier commits, I sort of tried to align it using just normal HTML, and if it was just one image and one paragraph, it worked. But then when you started the next paragraph and you wanted an image to the left, and then it worked, but the whole image and paragraph was like shifted 2 inches in, so it was like stepped down. And then when you did the third one, that was then shifted in another 2 inches.
Okay. Yeah, weird.
But yeah, it wasn't. I guess I was mixing Markdown and HTML though, so I'm wondering if we did it purely in HTML, if that might. Yeah, I noticed that message as well.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting thing as well. And this is, I mean, another thing to look at. We could unleash Dependabot on local support and start pushing to upgrade, and or even go into those things. So many different. And the other thing I had this thought this morning was: is there actually an opportunity here to get new members involved in what are potentially unthreatening fixes? Do you know what I mean? Like, could reviewing the gem upgrades be something that we'd have in a kind of getting started sequence that would say, we're going to have all of these things. They need to be done. It's there's not too much of a danger of you breaking anything. It's good to understand the gems that are in the system. Do a review of this, and we'll have kind of like an endless supply of gem upgrades for people to do. And that would anyway.
That'd be a good idea. And like you say, it'd get people familiar with how the project holds together and what it's using.
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess if I jump in here, or is it on your fork?
No, it's definitely on the.
What would be the name of the branch?
It was contributing. No, not that one.
Add contributing
workflow. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Right. And so, yeah. So you're saying maybe if I look at different, I guess what I can do, I can pull this down.
Yeah, I think the first one actually.
Why is that not working? I'm just trying and. Oh gosh, here we go. Yeah, separate, and then I was just gonna. I think I need to reboot. I pop through and try and open all 5 of them in the background, and then so that the most recent one was there. That's probably not necessarily the most sensible thing to be doing. Oh gosh, I guess I'm going to go over here and start closing other tabs.
Yes, I have to do that every so often. My Chrome gets a bit out of hand.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, the interesting thing here, we sort of got the trade-off really between wanting the diagram and the workflow to look just so versus making it straightforward for other people to contribute.
Yeah, and I think the latter is the most important. Yeah, I definitely think making it easy for people to amend it is more important than it looking absolutely perfect.
Well, it's a balance, isn't it? And so it's in.
I think it's in documentation.
In docs or in
yeah, it's in docs, I believe. Yeah, I didn't put it in the root just yet. We can maybe move it once we've.
Sure. And yeah, and totally feel free to open a pull request on these things, even if they're kind of like not ready. Okay, so this was the initial. I think that was the initial one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so and then let's go through here. Docs. Let's just update them. I've opened 4 of them. There's the docs. One of the things about having the pull, I think often people feel they don't want to open pull requests because they feel like, oh, this is not ready. But it's a great way of being able to actually see and find the changes of what people are. So this is the issue that you're talking about, is that you had one, and then the next thing was being indented based on that. Yeah, no, I can see very specifically the problem there.
And then I think I tried it as a table.
As a table, right.
But the images were tiny.
Sizes were not as you wanted.
Yeah. And then obviously the final version is where I just stack them on top of each other.
Right. Now, and I wonder if I can easily here just start playing with it. So this was the we got that. All right, and you must be on a. So this is the annoying thing here, is that to make a change with this one, I would need this to be on a branch. I guess, can I pull this out locally? Then I don't have a mechanism for.
Yeah, because the RubyMine viewer doesn't present the page as well as it is in GitHub, unfortunately, because I started like that.
Right. So this is like now. What was the name of the? So what I might do here. This is.
Well, you could just copy and paste that and then go to the latest one, couldn't you, and paste it in?
I could. What I'm tempted to do is I'm tempted to like get versions of these, because you I think all of these different approaches could in principle work. And so what I think I can maybe do here is I can do this and say this is, let's call this V1.
Okay, yeah.
And then if I created the branch here, I can edit it and we can immediately see the effects in here. So now we're on a branch and I can click the little edit button thing there. And so, okay. So we've got, yeah, so we've got the text there. We've got the image right here, and we're doing vertical align middle and align left. And then we've got our text that's associated with it. And
I wonder if you do vertical align top, if that would help, actually. I never thought about that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could get rid of the arrow, but yeah.
So, I mean, and I guess the issue that we have here is that the first image is kind of operating as a block around the other one. Like, so this is being pushed.
Yeah, I thought putting a paragraph in, because that's a block one, would have reset it, but yeah, it's not doing, is it?
So we've got this image, and then over here, and then this one. So it's trying to align left, and it's ending. Isn't there like what is this called? There's like a reset. Is it CSS reset? I forget what it is. That you can sort of have like a break. It's not reset. There was I feel like I've seen like
oh, it's is it the clear thing?
Is it a BR with clear on it?
Something like that, yeah.
Where we could put in here a kind of BR. Is it like this?
I think it's style equals clear, isn't it? I think. And is it clear both or something you have to do?
Yeah. Another browser here. I mean, there may also be, it occurs to me, like some sort of, what's the word? Like a tutorial that's specifically on this. That's not working.
I think is it clear both or something like that? Clear colon.
Oh, clear equals all appears to be.
And it's not a style; it's just an attribute.
Attribute, apparently. And then all like that. Oh yeah,
that seems to be working.
That's looking promising, isn't it?
Much better, yeah.
I didn't see that. Now where's the arrow gone? That's interesting. So that's interesting. We've got the two things.
Yeah.
Were these originally middle, weren't they?
Yes. Yeah. Middle. Back. Yeah. Maybe. Oh yeah. Interesting.
Just gonna put some text in there to see if. Okay. Oh, okay. And well, I guess part of it is also this is showing me like the changes with the previous one as well. So probably given that we've got an approximately working thing here, yeah, maybe I will commit this onto this branch, and then we can look at what it looks like here. So we've got this. Oh yeah, and we don't really need the text. There we go.
Yeah, that looks to be working. That looks, yeah.
But that's sort of that's more. Yeah, yeah, wonderful. So we can get rid of that text there, and then, like, I guess what
I can do is I can go and edit the other one now that's got all of the text in.
Yeah, right.
And format it. So I just need to use the BR clear.
Yeah, that seems to be the trick, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's one thing unblocked. I guess maybe we'll leave it. There's also, we could be looking more at calendars, and well, I guess that I've got people that I need to kind of add to the G Suite and add their emails, and I guess I'm confused about now, who's controlling the Agile Ventures emails? Does having, I mean, all we did with G Suite was validate the domain, so, and then the G Suite account is available. Is you were pointing to some kind of like mail settings that would allow G Suite to run all of our emails for us?
Yeah, so at the moment you can send emails from your, so I can send emails from my Brent at Agile Ventures.
Right.
Okay, and but at the moment, any since you removed that redirect, basically, if anybody emails me at Brent at Agile Ventures, I won't get it, and because what we need to do is update the mail records on the domain, and then it'll all just start to work.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the thing that I guess that's worth a shot. I mean, the thing is, for me, I can send, and I believe I can receive, both at sam@agileventures.org and
but I guess you're using it through the Gandhi.
Yes, but so are you.
No, I'm not anymore. So that got, because you removed the forward, if you remember.
The forwarding, but you still have the mailbox on Gandhi that you could be logging into and retrieving email
right
from.
Okay, I've not been checking that. Right.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's, I mean, like in principle, like the process of setting up the mailbox on Gandhi is a bit clunky, and then there's not many features associated with the Gandhi email stuff, and you need to like start paying them money in order to get things like going on holiday notices.
Yeah. So in Google, as soon as you add a user, they automatically get an email account.
Okay.
So you don't have to set it up. So once you've got those mail records, Google will automatically route them and do all of that for you.
Right. So that sounds great, because I would love, all of these new, like, various people to have those things. What I worry slightly is that if I set up those things on Google, that will then interfere with my, the emails that I'm receiving at sam@agileventures.org, if that makes.
You'll probably have a period of an hour where where any emails may get missed, but what will happen is they will automatically just start coming into your Gmail account within here.
Okay, but so then shall we? Now you showed me like a copy of.
So they were the
records should be changed. Now, where in the admin interface would I go to make those changes? Do you know?
No, you make those changes wherever you host your domain.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'd have to go and tell. Right.
Because basically you're telling your DNS server that hosts that to send any mail related messages to the Google servers, as opposed to, so if you went to look now, it's probably set up to your Gandhi host.
Yeah. I mean, so Gandhi has got like MX records or whatever in it for itself. But so if I want to outsource it to Google, now you had like a list of Google MX servers that I think you're using for your brentvardy.com.
Yeah, so if you click on your domains, on the domain in there, they should tell you, because I think you'll just use the same ones I'm using, but but if you click on there, there is a way. No, it's in the help actually. If you just go back, so I think on the bottom right hand corner there's some help links.
Tools, get help from a partner, common tasks.
Yeah, there's there is a. I'm pretty sure what I sent you is right, but
yes, it sounds right. Yeah, go on.
But we probably just best to test it. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let me log in because then, and I'll share my screen. There we go. So share screen. Yeah, so if I go into here, so this is my Gmail account, but with the agileventures.org. So I think if you go into settings on here, it gives you the link. Current.
Ah, so if I went to Gmail.
Yeah, but lined. Logged in with you, yeah. So mailed. It's actually mail.google because it's a G Suite rather than Gmail.
Okay, yeah, it redirected me to mail.google, but
yeah. Google account.
You've got forwarding and pop IMAP up there.
Yeah, you can get the. Tell you what, I'll just do a Google search. This is what I'm looking for. Yep. Yeah, so that's for GoDaddy. But yeah, so this is.
Oh right, it's those things. Yeah, do you want to just copy that link?
Yeah.
And put it in the Slack, and then I'll review that separately. Yeah, wonderful.
But yeah, so I'll do that. But if you look at, so for example, mine, if I just go to show you how I've set mine up.
Yeah.
So I've got mybrentvardy.com, for example. So I've just add them in here, you see.
Yeah.
And you just set a priority, and if that one doesn't work, it'll try the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then that was I don't know if you had to do this when you tried to.
Yeah, I've done that already with one thing or another. Yeah. We've already verified the domain. So hopefully, yeah, it should be relatively straightforward. Well, that's not on my brain. Yes. Yeah. No, I think that link as well. I saw there's a link through to instructions specific for your, and they do have. I have seen before. Like, and you sent that to me. Great, wonderful. Well, hopefully I can get onto that and get that set up. Good stuff. Good to see you, Brent. I guess I'll see you later on at the local support meeting.
You will, yes. Speak to you later.
All right. Bye for now. Take care.
Cheers. Bye.